Yes, welcome back to Go Long Live. I am your host, Barry Long the second. Don't forget the two. We are live from Indio, California. It's hot as hell out here in the Coachella Valley area, the Palm Springs area. I got sunburn if you can't see. But yeah, I do burn and I do peel. So my shoulders are feeling a little bit tense right now. I was outside playing basketball with my son yesterday in the hot sun. Rocking the LQ High School. Shout out to LQ High School, La Quinta High School. My daughter plays on the volleyball team over there. So if you ask me who I'm rocking with out here in the desert when it comes to high school, I'm rocking with La Quinta. She plays volleyball. So we are live coming to you on CoachellaValley.com. We are also live on today'scalifornia.com. Want to send a brief couple shout outs to James Johnson. That is my guy, tuning in faithfully. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the show, everyone who has been liking, subscribing, sharing the posts. We really do appreciate it. The show is kind of organically evolving, and we're just so thankful for all the support that we've been receiving. I want to thank real quick Craig Campbell as well from CoachellaValley.com as well as today'scalifornia.com. So we've got to get right into it. We got a lot of topics coming up today. I wish we had an hour-long show, but we only have 30 minutes, as you know. And we have a special guest coming in at the 15-minute mark. So we will be talking with him later. And we got some exciting guests coming up next week as well. So like I said, thank you for all the support that we've been receiving. And we're just going to keep on chipping away. Now, speaking of chipping away, the Milwaukee Bucks were down 0-2 in this series, and they found a way to chip away on that lead. And now you are looking at them. It is now 2-2. They defeated the Phoenix Suns 2 nights ago, 109-103. The series is tied 2-2. Now, I, for one, was very impressed with the performances by certain players, especially Giannis Antetokounmpo, who came in with 26 points, 8 assists, 14 rebounds, and probably the play of the game, maybe one of the greatest plays we've ever seen in the NBA Finals. But as you can see right there, they basically shot the same from three-pointers. Both made 7, but the Bucks had 11 steals. And the turnover battle was not even close. 17 turnovers. A lot of them were timely turnovers by Chris Paul to Milwaukee's only 5 turnovers. Now, Chris Middleton, we talked about – oh, that is a terrible picture of Chris Middleton. Don't he look like he's about to just bite you? But yeah, Chris Middleton, we here on Go Long Live with Barry Long too. We just thrive with these bad pictures. It seems like every time I pull up a new athlete's picture, it's a terrible picture of them. But these two performed at an all-time level. We talked about Chris Middleton playing well at home. He struggled on the road, but he played super well last night. 40 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. And, like we said about the role players play better at home. They've got the crowd behind them. They're sleeping in their own bed. Those baskets feel like they're throwing rocks into the ocean when they're shooting them. And when they're at away games, a lot of times the role players tend to struggle. But Chris Middleton came in with 40 points. You also had Drew Holiday with 13 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. Brooke Lopez had 14 points. Pat Connaughton almost had a double-double. 11 points, 9 rebounds. Every time I say double-double, it always throws me off because I'm thinking of in and out. But yeah, so the Bucks, they did an amazing job with bouncing back and making the series 2-2. Now, I said at the beginning of this series that I believe that it's going to go 6. I had Suns in 6, and I thought that the first 2 games will go to Phoenix. The next 2 games will go to Milwaukee on their home floor. And I thought that I think the Suns will win at home on Game 5, and I believe that they are going to be the first team in this NBA Finals to win a road game, and I do believe that they will be hoisting that trophy right there on the Milwaukee Bucks court. Now, let's get to that play. There was an amazing play. Now, we've seen some great blocks that have ended up being in a specific professional athlete's highlight reel, much like LeBron James in 2016 when he chases down Andre Iguodala for that fast break, and he blocks it off the backboard. And I can hear the play in my mind right now. Oh my God, LeBron James! Mike Breen. Shout out to Mike Breen, always doing a wonderful job. But yeah, so this was kind of like that play, but even better. So Devin Booker's at the top of the key. He's dribbling. He's got PJ Tucker on him. PJ Tucker, Devin Booker calls for the pick and roll, calls for the switch. Giannis is on DeAndre Ayton. Giannis helps out PJ Tucker. So they're essentially double teaming Devin Booker at the top of the key. And right at that moment, that's when DeAndre Ayton rolls to the basket. Devin Booker goes up to throw the alley-oop. Giannis recovers with so much athleticism and makes it back and blocks the 7-foot DeAndre Ayton shot. Now, I thought when I first saw that play that it's going to be an and one. Like, he's going to dunk on him. But no, Giannis Antetokounmpo made one of the greatest plays we will ever see in the NBA Finals defensively. And it will specifically be considered one of the greatest plays we've seen in the NBA Finals. If they are able to pull this off, this will be the highlight that they show of him. As you can see the crowd, first of all, my man in the background is masked up. I hope he wasn't masked up for the whole game. And then look at this lady's face. She is like, wow, I cannot believe that he just made that play. Well, yes, he did, madam. And it was a great, great play. And it's going to go down as one of the best plays that we've ever seen. Once again, we are Go Long Live with Barry Long 2. Thank you to everyone who is watching live. If you would like to comment, I can pull up your comments. I can also shout you out. Now, when we look at the other side of the game, we look at the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker was your high scorer of the game. He came in with 42 points. Man, he bounced back from that performance in game 3 where he struggled mightily. He shot 3 from 14 from the field, only had 10 points. And we said that Devin Booker has responded. After a bad game, he has responded. But this is the longest in his career that he's had to play. He's never made it to the playoffs. He's never made it to the finals. So when you make it to the playoffs, your season is extended. But once you make it to the finals, it's extended longer than you've ever had. So I worried about his ability to not be fatigued in this series. And I thought, man, maybe we're starting to see some fatigue with that game 3 performance. But he came out and he shut me up quick, dropping 42 on Milwaukee in a loss. But Devin Booker did have a day. And then when you look at the players that they need the most to step up, you need Mikal Bridges to step up. He's a role player. He plays well at home. He's always in the corner shooting those threes with those braces on his teeth. Grown-ass man with braces. But Jay Crowder plays better at home. Cam Payton, Cam Johnson, the Cam brothers, they play better at home. But we're going to need to see DeAndre Ayton play a little bit better and contribute more on the offensive side of the ball if the Phoenix Suns want to win this. Now, DeAndre Ayton came into the game, and he didn't struggle too much from the rebounding perspective and defensively, but he only gave you 6 points. You're going to need more than 6 points from your 7-foot. And in this series alone, and isn't that a bad picture of him as well? My man is only 22 years old, looking every bit of 42. He looks like somebody's uncle. He looks like an Uncle Tony. Everybody has an Uncle Tony. But back to DeAndre Ayton. 6 points, 17 rebounds. Now, they're going to really need him to step up, especially at home, because when you look at the other side of the ball, the Bucks can go small. They can put Giannis at the 5. As you saw, he can effectively defend the basket against a DeAndre Ayton, against a Jay Crowder, against anybody that's rolling to the basket, pick and roll. But they also have the ability to go big with Brook Lopez and they bring in Bobby Portis. And they're deeper when it comes to that front court. They have more centers and more power forwards available right now to their disposal than the Phoenix Suns have. The Phoenix Suns, if DeAndre Ayton gets into foul trouble early in the game, it is basically a wrap because their backup center is Frank Kaminsky. And they had Dario Saric, and he was one of their guys in the front court. He went down with a torn ACL. So they are very thin when it comes to the front court. So what Monty Williams is going to need is this guy, DeAndre Ayton, to consistently be in the game and play 39, 40, and as we get deeper into the series, 42, 44 minutes. Last night, they only played one center. They played him. Let him get in foul trouble, and we will see Frank the Tank. And I'm telling you right now, if Frank Kaminsky is the center for the Milwaukee Bucks, that game is going to be over because every time he gets in the game, what does the Milwaukee Bucks do? They go on a long run. They're attacking the basket. Ain't nobody afraid of Frank Kaminsky. Frank Kaminsky. Can't even say his name right. But yeah, so you're gonna have to see this team step up. You're gonna have to see CP3 play way better than what he's been playing. He struggled mightily when it came to turnovers. Chris Paul averages 2 turnovers a game in his career. Over these last 3 games in the series, he's averaged 5. And those turnovers came at the worst of the worst times. And I don't think we're going to see Chris Paul play that bad for the rest of the series moving forward, even on the road. But like I said, I like the Suns in 6, and I'm still sticking with my pick. As I said, the series would unfold. It has unfolded. So I do feel confident that the Phoenix Suns are going to win the series, but I am I would not be shocked if this series goes 7 games. This is Go Long Live with Barry Long 2. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in on CoachellaValley.com, everybody who is tuning in on Today'sCalifornia.com. We are talking sports. That's what we do here. We are also looking for sponsors. So if you'd like to sponsor the show, you can see how many views we get. You can see how many people you'll be reaching. And we would love to invite you on as a sponsor. Now, let's jump to Team USA basketball news. Now, y'all know I've been warning y'all that we're not going to win the gold medal this year if we don't get some length and we don't get a facilitator. Now, we have breaking news from Team USA. Kevin Love, who I told you is going to be a problem if he is one of our biggest guys that we have. We have 3 centers, or 3 guys who could be considered centers. Bam Adebayo, Kevin Love, and Draymond Green. Kevin Love has officially resigned from the Team USA. He will not be going over to Tokyo, citing a nagging calf injury that's been bothering him since the season. So I was looking at it, and of course we know Kevin Love has been very open about his mental health. We've seen him in chocolate milk commercials, and we've seen him a lot. He won a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he has been one of the advocates for mental health in professional sports, and that is an amazing thing. I was thinking at first maybe this is mental health, but this is physical health. He has had a nagging calf injury since the season, and he is off Team USA. Now, with that being said, when I heard the news, I put my hands in the air. I said, yes, thank God for America. God bless America. Because now we can fill that roster spot that he doesn't have with a 7-footer who can actually rebound, so we don't get out-rebounded by teams like Nigeria, teams like Australia, and wait until we play France. They have one of the best 7-footers in the game, Rudy Gobert, and you don't want to go there. So, also, Bradley Beal has resigned from Team USA, citing health and safety protocols. So I'm pretty sure it has something to do with COVID. But we have 2 roster spots that we need to fill, and one has been filled. This is breaking news. Team USA has now added JaVale McGee. JaVale, what the hell, McGee, to the roster. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Shaq, a fool himself? No, actually, I think this is a good thing for Team USA. I'm excited because he's a 7-footer. Of course, we know he's a 3-time NBA champion. He knows how to win. He's been on great teams. Yes, he makes a lot of bloopers and he's goofy sometimes, but what he does best is he rebounds that basketball. He can still protect the rim. And my man is a team-first guy. He'll be setting screens. He'll be rolling to the basket. He's what we need. And I think that if we added in Bradley Beal's place, we have enough scoring. I think we have enough facilitators. If Damian Lillard goes over there and acts like a facilitator instead of just a score first kind of guy. And maybe that's the game that he has to play because he's on the Blazers and he only has one other guy that can consistently score the basketball, and that is CJ McCollum. Where's CJ at? He should be playing. But yeah, so we have a lot of wing players, and I think that this is going to be a really good thing for Team USA to have JaVale McGee. And I think we should add a guy like Dwight Howard, a guy like Hassan Whiteside. So when JaVale gets tired, we still have rebounding. We'll see. We have one more tune-up game against Spain and then off to Tokyo. And I told you last episode that my theory was these guys are playing these exhibition games in Vegas maybe they're partying in Vegas. Maybe they're going to go see Chris Angel tonight, and that's all they can think about. Or maybe they saw Carrot Top last night, and that's all they can think about. Or Celine Dion, or any other celebrity that's on their last leg that would like to continue that career. They go to Vegas. You are watching Go Long live with Barry Long too. We've got a special guest coming up here shortly. He's going to be a regular here on the show. Pete Campbell. I will bring him on shortly. But I want to say this. Of course, I didn't forget about it. I am so excited for the movie that is dropping this weekend. Space Jam: A New Legacy. LeBron James will be taking on the role that Michael Jordan had in the original Space Jam. Now, when I was a kid, I watched the Space Jam. I probably watched it way too many times than I should have. But it's that good of a movie. Now, I'm going to say Michael Jordan is not the best actor. Because there's a scene in that movie where he looks at the Monstars, he says, "You want a piece of me? Come and get it." I'm no thespian, I'm no actor, but I'm saying if you're gonna deliver that line, it should be like more like, "You want a piece of me? Come and get it." And I think that LeBron James took his acting a little bit more seriously than Michael Jordan had, and I believe that this is going to be a great movie, and I think that we're going to be shocked at LeBron James's first big screen appearance. But shout out to LeBron James. He came out to LA because he wanted to win on a team that had a legacy like the Lakers, and he wanted to make movies, and he wanted to do commercials, and he wanted to have his hand in all types of businesses, and that's exactly what he's doing. We heard about Space Jam: A New Legacy a few years ago. Then on social media, they began, playing, like dropping hints, and then they started dropping like sections of trailers. Then they dropped the full trailers, and it's gonna be a great movie, and I'm excited to watch it tomorrow. And I hope that you are just as excited as I am. Now, before we bring on our special guest, Craig Campbell, we want to update you on something that we talked about last episode. Richard Sherman was arrested on domestic violence charges. Of course, we know that he is a free agent this year. We were waiting to see who he was going to get picked up by. We were thinking maybe he was going to be picked up by the Eagles. Maybe he's going to be picked up, picked back up by the Seahawks. Maybe he'd be picked up by the Ravens, because I am a Ravens fan. I would like to add some depth to that secondary. But instead of being picked up by an NFL team, he was picked up by police on 4 different charges. 2 of them which are related to the domestic violence. He got a criminal trespassing, which we've heard of, malicious mischief. Never heard of that one. Sounds like a mischievous charge to me. Resisting arrest and DUI. So they said that he is going through some family drama, and with his father-in-law, he was supposedly showed up to the house, and he tried to force his way into the home. He had been drinking. Witnesses say that he threatened to kill himself. So it was just a very, very crazy situation. He was arrested with no bail, but my man made bail today. He was released. The judge cited that he should be released. It is his first charge that he's ever had. And it is he's a pillar in that community. He's done a lot of charity work, a lot of giving back. And so he's free right now. But he's got a long list of problems that are headed his way. And we may not see Richard Sherman playing the first 6 games of the season if he does get signed by a team. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But like I said, we will keep you updated on Richard Sherman, and we hope that he gets all the help that he needs. Now you are live on Go Long Live with Barry Long 2. If you'd like to sponsor the show, just hit me up on my social media. I'm on Twitter at Barry Long. I'm on Twitter at Radio Barry Long. I'm on Instagram at BarryLong_2. And I am on Facebook at Barry Long II. Now, it is time to add my guy.
Oh.
How you doing, Pete? Good old Pete. Oh, you got
in live TV. I'm getting a little nervous, but hey.
Yeah, no, don't be nervous. We're just live on CoachellaValley.com. We are live on Today'sCalifornia.com. My man's got the Padres gear on.
Got the throwbacks on, I'm going.
Are you an official Padres fan, aren't you?
I am. I'm from San Diego. I grew up there. Went to many games throughout my life, and it's just good to see us. We got to finally have a team now, and like it hurts. it hurts to have a team that you root for so long and they just never good. You know what I mean? And we get touched.
No, you guys weren't not. It's not that you were never good. You were forever trash. Because I'm a Dodger fan. I have the Braves hat on, but don't let it fool you. I'm a Dodger all the way, baby.
We're friends, but that's forever dividing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, you are a true diehard Padres fan. You got like memorabilia around the house with Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, Tony. Man, I was a fan of Gary Templeton, Jack Clark. I mean, we're talking cats that Ozzie Smith before he was on the Cardinals. no, that's
wow. That's back in the day. Trevor Hoffman. What you know about Trevor Hoffman, man?
Trevor Hoffman, man, great closer, bro. We used to play that music, and you just knew the game was over at that point. That's when we had a squad. You know, that's when we were doing really good.
When you made it to the World Series and lost. But yeah, it is an exciting year in the baseball community, especially in NL West, because the Giants are good again. The Dodgers have always been good, and the Padres are good now.
How are the Giants good? How are they doing it? That's all everybody keeps saying. How are they doing it? Nobody knows, but it's the Giants. It's upper management, and they always have squads. So
I tell you, I don't trust any professional sports team from San Francisco because you know that is Silicon Valley, and they might have some technology that we don't even know.
Yo, good point. Good point. You know,
yeah, for sure, man. All right, so I really wanted to ask you this. I ask everybody this. I stop people at the grocery store, at Ralph's, at Albertsons. I'm like, man, you seen Team USA lose? Did you see Team USA lose?
Man,
we lost to Australia and Nigeria.
So sad about it. What was the score in that Nigeria game, man? It was like
we lost by 7. That's all I know.
We lost to Nigeria by 7.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that game was a scam. I'm thinking this.
Wow. I get where you're going with that. Like if it would pop up on your phone like scam likely.
Hey, but
from Nigeria.
Check the credentials on the scorekeeper for that game, because I mean Nigeria just beating USA, that sentence doesn't work in my brain. You know what I mean? Like,
was it a scam?
Oh wow. Maybe we got scammed on that one, but you know, we're gonna get it back. Like you said, the game is they don't use centers the way they used to. You know, we don't have a true center because the game has evolved into like no true center. Like no one goes down low, and like there's like 5 people that go down low, and as we know, they're in the finals right now. You know what I mean? Like we can't go there, but we can't have Ayton, you know. So what are we gonna do? And then all the big men are European. You know what I mean? Yep. Or another country. You know what I mean? And then they wonder why we're losing or whatever. But the game has evolved. Have you noticed that half the stars in the NBA are from another country, don't you have to be a citizen of the United States to play for USA? So I mean,
unless you're Patrick Ewing,
it's common sense, Barry.
It really is.
From Jamaica, and they gave you some papers, and you got to play. You know what I mean? So right, but he was 12 when he came here, right?
Yeah, he was 12 when he came here. Yeah, hey, shout out to you, man, for dropping that knowledge. This is Go Long Live with Barry Long too. We are with our special guy Pete Campbell. He will be a regular here on the show. Now, are you excited for this team that we have? We put out a roster that is not the best roster. And I think that, I mean, you've got some scores.
I'm more excited.
Our big men are Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, and Kevin Love just resigned from the team today. So now we have JaVale, good old JaVale McGee.
I'm bringing on.
Was that your dog right there?
Yeah, this is Teddy. He's a big sports fan.
Hi, Teddy.
And he's been hearing your voice, so he's been lingering around because you and Teddy are buds.
Right. Teddy's my guy. What's going on, Teddy?
Watching you.
Teddy, can I get a high five? Oh, he can't hear me?
Yeah, high five.
Shout out to Teddy. All right, so we our big man. So we got JaVale McGee is going to fill that roster spot that Kevin Love lost. I'm sorry?
No fail JaVale.
No fail JaVale. What the hell, JaVale?
What? Fail?
He basically is like the staple on Shaq and a Fool.
Shaq and the Fool? You think so?
Yeah. He's always on there. And it's like that's his thing. So he's got a bad reputation for that, but I think that he's a winner. He's a 3-time champion, and he knows how to win. He's a team first guy. I think he's going to be a really good addition.
Get him on the court, you know.
Get him on the court, and he's trouble, but he ain't gonna get no triple double.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe we
I'm
should get
sorry.
Patrick Beverly on the team. He can go and push people around and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a great point.
We hate USA. They're so Patrick Beverly, you know.
Yeah.
And
maybe,
we know. And then
What?
maybe USA could embrace Patrick Beverly as someone who's a good person instead of some guy who puts ball in the back of the neck and gives him whiplash.
Absolutely, because he has a bad reputation.
It's a bad reputation, and it's probably that guy, man. I think he goes home and kicks his dog at the end of the day. I'm sorry. Patrick Beverly, shouts out to you for making the NBA and being an athlete and going to the top. But, man, your reputation. Whew.
This could be a really good thing for his reputation as far as because America hates Patrick Beverly. He's going to play for Team America. We will love Patrick Beverly after that.
Tweet Popovich. We might have to.
I'm sorry, you might have to what?
Tweet Popovich. We might have to tweet him and say, hey.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying
Barry.
Tweet him, like get rid of him. I mean, he's I was going to say he's getting old, but damn. All right, now
communication.
Okay. So I have some news for us. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. He the news just broke today that he played the entire season last year when he won the Super Bowl with a torn MCL, not partially torn, a fully torn MCL. Now it was on his left leg, not the plant leg, which is his right leg. But man, doesn't that just add to his legacy?
The legacy continues with this guy. I mean, to do it, he probably doesn't even need feet. Like
you could just, he could just roll him out there with no legs. Just roll him out there.
Man, a segue. You know what I mean? Get the man a segue.
He doesn't move anyway, right?
Throw him in and out of the pocket, and he can just throw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, he doesn't even do like 7 foot drop steps. He's just like he literally he could be on a Segway. My man could be on a hoverboard.
Brady is such a smart person and so good at football that he will just adapt to whatever he has. You know what I mean? He probably wrap that thing up with a bunch of tape and put 2 sticks on the side of that thing and wrap it up, baby. You know.
And people think that he's not tough because he complains to the refs. He's he's gone through a lot of different things that could have tarnished his reputation. But one thing that he's always does is he's always there. He always wins.
Dope, man. He officially, I don't even know what you have to do to more seal your legacy than leaving the best team, in the last 10 years, going to some team that's, Tampa Bay Bucks, they're good here and there. But to go and do what he did. Yeah. I mean, everybody I talk to in the football world is just, the Chiefs fans are like, wow, did we really lose to that man? And Pat Mahomes' reaction and just the whole world. That guy, it doesn't shock me that he won, but in the end of the day, that was a shocking victory. That
was a shocking victory. And it was just amazing that they went through some stuff during the course of that season. They lost some bad games. They lost twice to the Saints. People were thinking that they might not even make it past the first round of the playoffs. And lo and behold, they were there in the final game, and that defense really stepped up.
And what it comes down to is football, it's a long season, just like basketball, getting healthy at the right time. And the Tampa Bay Bucks, they got healthy. Their defense was really playing strong at the end of the year. I mean, look at their receivers. And it was AB, their top 3 receivers. I mean,
Chris Godwin.
Gronkowski caught like a 60-yard touch. I mean, Gronkowski fine in the game, like he was 25 again or something. It was
beautiful. It was beautiful to watch them celebrate together too, man.
And for the fact all of us had to see them with the Patriots over all these years and hate everything that they did, and then to see them go to another team, I guarantee you, 80% of the world was like, "Dude, Brady and Gronkowski." Because in the end, we all sort of like these people, but we can't because we're not from Boston, and the fan base makes us hate them. And that's what it comes down to sports is fan base.
Absolutely. And we finally got to see Tom Brady drunk.
Yeah, sheesh. Hey, but fan bases make you hate the teams more than the actual teams, in my opinion, which we could go talk about your experience when you went down to the Dodger game a few weeks ago in Petco. And, that's
we're going to talk about that on the next episode.
We could do an hour easily, bro. We got 1 minute. I don't know how long you can go over.
Yeah.
It's been real fun hanging out with you. And I finally met someone who can out-talk me. You met someone that can out-talk you, so I think it's a match made in heaven. You know what I mean? We can do this on the daily. I had a good time, though.
All right, so Bucks, yeah, for sure, man. We appreciate you. So Bucks Suns game 5 is tonight. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with
tomorrow night.
Where we at? We're in Suns, right? Back in Phoenix.
Yeah, we're in Phoenix. In Phoenix for game 5 tomorrow night. Who you got?
stronghold is I think Phoenix has to win tonight. You know, I do think it's going to go 7 games. You're claiming 6, but the way Giannis is playing with that hyperextended knee, and I was so sad that the knee went down because I texted you out for the season. You know what I mean? We were like, oh no, because in the end we're sports fans. We want to see a good game. You know, in the final game of the season, the freak, you know, wasn't going to be there, and I was like, oh man, this was going to be. I was excited because the randomness of the year, you know, it's not Lakers. It's going to be someone new, the Suns or the Bucks, 2 franchises that, you know, the fan bases are going nuts right now because, I mean, 25,000 people sitting outside of the Milwaukee Stadium watching the game.
They had more people outside of the stadium than they had inside the stadium, Pete Campbell.
Insane. You know what I mean? And it looks like a good time out there. We're talking.
This is what it looks like. It looks like, no, to me, it looks like COVID is about to spread out there.
Are they drinking Milwaukee's best?
I'm sorry?
Milwaukee's best in that crowd? It might be. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. You know they're drinking Milwaukee's best or probably Milwaukee's worst.
You might want to sponsor us.
Shout out to them. All right, so yeah, this has been a great, fun episode of Go Along Live. Pete Campbell is going to be regular on the show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in on CoachellaValley.com. We also want to thank everybody for tuning in on today's California.com. And we just hope that you guys have a great weekend. Hope you go see Space Jam.
Happy Friday.
And, this has been
Space Jam. When are we going?
Happy Friday. All right. This has been Go Along Live. We'll go see Space Jam tomorrow. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. We are out.
Coachella Valley.